and they're paying $600. They want the goods. Oh, my Atlanta.
Jeff H says what's getting it's a 2019 Toyota Tacoma. We're doing the sides back and full front windshield.
This is Patrick. Yes.
About time, Pat. Whatever. Okay, Sean James. Yes, I know. I'm back, bro. I'm back. You're gonna see me more so. I got 3 days a week.
And
what was it? What was the make again? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. 2017 Hyundai Elantra.
Okay.
Basically the same car as his.
Yes.
I already have tint on the side windows and the back. Nothing on the front.
Okay.
So I didn't know what it would cost. And I think the tint that's on there now is, I want to say 25 because I got the darkest legal. Recently, like a long time ago. So I didn't know what it would cost to go possibly, obviously take that tint that's on there off and go with the ceramic.
Okay.
Possibly 20. I don't know if 15 I would get stopped or not.
No, well, so the legal limit here in Florida is going to be 15% on the back doors and the back glass, and 30% on the front doors. So that's what the legal limit is.
Okay.
So if you want to stay legal, that's where we want to be. Now, most of my clients, what they'll actually do is they'll go like 15% all the way around, and kind of risk the front. But it's all balanced. It's all the same shade, So.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's always a risk that you can get ticketed for it. But if you drive like a normal person, you're most likely going to be fine. It's if you're doing 120 or doing burnouts and doing silly stuff in your car, you're probably going to get popped eventually. But like me and my old lady, we've had darker tint on our cars for forever, and we've never had issues.
Okay.
So it's kind of up to you, but I just got to tell you the risks that are involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I appreciate it, Patrick.
Absolutely.
We'll do 15 all around.
Okay.
And the front, possibly, I know he got 50% done.
Yes.
With like 50.
Yeah, so 50 is like it's a lighter shade of tint, but just enough to give you a little bit of privacy, but not to be so overbearing on the front windshield that it makes it look obvious.
Yeah.
So, and that's really what you want. And when was the vehicle tinted?
Oh, honestly, I don't know exactly when.
Okay.
But I would say around like 2018.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because typically film has like a 7-year shelf life. So if it's longer than that, then most likely it's gonna be brittle. I'm gonna have to scrape it off, which means I got to charge you a little bit more for the removal time. But that's 2018 is pretty fairly new, so it's a standard rate of 150 to remove the sides and the back. And then from there, it's just the cost of the window film. Now, you said ceramic, and I have 2 options. Like my standard film is a ceramic film, and it blocks, I believe, I should know this off the top of my head. It blocks like 52% heat rejection.
It's 64.
And 67% IR. So it's got pretty good heat rejection properties. But I also have a high performance ceramic as well. And then that blocks up to 67% of heat rejection and 97% IR. It's like
I talk too
really,
much right
really
here.
kick-ass stuff. So it kind of really just depends on what your budget is for the standard ceramic.
Okay, so I recorded this on purpose because I wanted people to be able to hear a pitch and me actually talking to a real client and whatnot. One thing, and I'll even correct myself right there. No one gives a shit about heat rejection and IR numbers. I'm just confusing them even further. We can go deep down the fucking rabbit hole with clients, right? But we don't want to do that. We want to keep it as simple as possible. So my heat rejection numbers, like I did a heat meter, and it starts at 300, and then whatever the number drops down, and I just take that. I think they call it Tesser. you know, total solar energy rejection, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know it cuts down from 300 to down to like 110 or something like that, which comes out to about 64%. And then my high end stuff blocks out 96.5%, which is fucking crazy, right? But now I just give those two numbers. On my standard film, blocks up to 64%, and my high performance film blocks up to 96.5% of heat coming into the car. That's it. Keep it simple, keep it easy, keep it moving. You don't want to overcomplicate a sale with people, with jargon that people don't really give a shit about. So, but we're gonna keep going here.
Ceramic, you're gonna be looking at $289. That's gonna be the sides and the back. And then if you're looking for the high performance ceramic, that's gonna be $449. That's gonna cover the sides and the back.
Okay.
And then the windshield would be an additional either $149 if you want the standard ceramic, or if you want the high performance ceramic, it would be $249.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd possibly be looking at the what was it, the two something, the first option?
The $289. Okay.
Yeah, the 289 and the 150.
Okay.
windshield.
So if I did that, we're looking at $150 for removal, plus $289 for the ceramic on the sides and the back, plus $149 for the full front windshield, both in the standard ceramic film. We're bringing it out to $588. So
Okay.
after
Keep in mind as well here, he didn't never confirm that he wanted to do. I mean, we spoke about the windshield, but he never said, what were the prices again on the windshield? Yeah, I want to do that. I am at this point in the sale. I am assuming the sale, and I am assuming that the windshield's going to be included, and you kind of just roll with it. You assume the sale. That way, we're adding on an additional 150 onto the total ticket. So it's just a sales tactic that you do, is that you're confident, you know the numbers, and you assume the sale, and you just start giving them the numbers that they're going to be.
after Uncle Sam's cut, you're at $629.16.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I would suggest that I would just need the vehicle, if you could drop it off sometime in the morning, and then that way I can just kind of take my time, make sure I remove all the old film correctly, and get it done, taken care of correctly, and then that way I'll have enough time to tint it and do everything right. So I'd probably say, I try to give realistic numbers, but like if you could drop it off like 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll be done with it as soon as I can. Sometimes it's 4 hours, sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 2. It just really just depends on the situation.
Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much call you when it's done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Yeah, that's a good start to figure everything.
absolutely.
To figure everything out, and then I mean, he highly recommended you, and
Awesome.
I've always had issues of going to like some other spots for tent and everything.
Okay.
It was like, so
Well-
I'm excited for this.
Well, the good thing is was it you said it was your brother-in-law or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, like I told him, I've been in the industry for years, over five plus years. But I just started Sun Solutions Tinting myself. This is like my own personal business that I run and manage. So we just started last year. Of course, perfect timing with the COVID and everything. But I have more than enough experience. I've tinted thousands and thousands of cars, and I use good quality window film. And you know, if there's issues, you give me a call and I fix it. I don't dodge you or do anything like that. So I know what I'm doing. So we'll get you taken care of real well.
All right, Patrick. I'll definitely be in touch.
Absolutely.
Do this.
The best time for me, I'll be honest with you, I got a car coming in today, and I'm pretty booked up for the rest of the weekend. But what I probably have available is Sunday, Tuesday, or Wednesday this upcoming.
Okay, it wouldn't be that soon.
Okay.
It's gonna be.
Pause, time out again. Again, this is another sales tactic, but I am assuming the sale, and I am now trying to book the appointment. I'm actively trying to book the appointment. I've already went over prices with them for the removal, sides and back, and full front windshield, plus taxes, full price out the door. We're talking a little bit. We're building a little bit of rapport, and then Now I'm assuming the sale, and I am trying to actively schedule the appointment. These are sales tactics once again, so that you have to make people do it. If not, if you tell people, oh yeah, just call me back, you're going to be sitting with your thumb up your ass for forever waiting for them to call you back. So you actively have to get these appointments. And I would say this is a pretty solid sales call. With the exception of like overcomplicating the call with too much detailed jargon, with the high percentages and stuff like that, with the IR and heat rejection. Just give them one percentage. But besides that, I think we've assumed the sale, we've given them prices, and now we're trying to book the appointment. And he says no, and I don't think I even actually worked with this guy. But this is a what do I want to say? A proactive sales approach to it without being like super salesy and super pitchy and super aggressive, you know. But you're just kind of assuming. It's kind of like if you meet a girl, or if you meet a guy and you guys want to go out on a date, you'd be like, okay, when are we gonna go? You don't ask. You say, where do you want to go for your date? You know, it's like you've already assumed that she's gonna say yes, and you're moving on to the next step. So I'd say this is a pretty solid sales call so far.
A little bit.
Okay, no worries.
I'll definitely reach out back to you and see what the availability of schedule is.
Absolutely. You have the number, and we look forward to hearing from you.
All right, awesome.